Hi critters, it's Jelly. If you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. And if nobody has told you today that you are awesome, then please let me tell you, you are awesome. And that Jesus loves you, and so do I. Today, we're going to make a craft. And this craft is going to be a miniature beach house. We have a few items that I'm going to choose to use. This is a little box that was a 3-in-1 casino game. And what I've done is I've used the bottom portion of it. And I actually cut this about halfway so it wouldn't be quite so tall. It's right about an inch. It's right a little over an inch, probably about 1.25 inches. And then at Dollar General today, I found these very beautiful kneeling pads. These are garden kneeling pads. And I just thought that these would make a beautiful outside. Then I found these beautiful figurines. So this one has a bluebird sitting on top of a sunflower, a yellow bird sitting on top of a garden post, and then this is a welcome post here. And you may not be able to see it very well, but maybe once the video is at the end, you'll be able to see it better. And in this one, we have a whale in the ocean, a fishy on top of the coral, and a turtle on top of a tree branch. And these are all in the dollar aisle. And then we have a mini garden wire bench with a butterfly, super adorbs. This was also on the dollar aisle. We'll also be using a bit of sand in the bottom of this to give it that beach theme. So first things first, setting this to the side. Cut the little tags off here. Okay. This is 10 by 10. So for our home, we're going to do about we're going to say for the kneeling pads we'll do 6 inches. So I'm going to cut this here, draw a line. And then we'll just give this a good old slice. Alright, and then I'm going to just use this template to cut the second one. No, I'm not. I'm actually going to cut it like this, because I need a straight edge. so, and I'm using my X-Acto knife to cut these out. I absolutely need some new blades. I have not been able to get to town to get any blades, but I will. I'm going to save these because I think I'm going to somehow incorporate this into the door, which you'll see shortly. So these will be the outside walls. So now I'm going to cut these. These have curves. I'm sure you can see the curves there. That's how they came. So I'm actually going to straighten these curves out to give us the square for the house. Okay, so I have done the lines here on these. And I'm simply going to take my scissors and cut straight down those lines to give us the squareness that we need for the house. For the roof, I'm going to be using cardboard. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do this one. Cut it down and get it right. And I'll be right back with y'all. Alright, critters. So I have everything cut out here. So now what I'm going to do is put the walls together. So the two pieces that are matching, my two butterflies here that are matching, those are going to be my outside walls. And the two pieces that have these are going to be the short walls. So, and then any adjustments I have to make as far as once I've put them together for height wise, I'll do that as they are, after they get put together. So just a simple hot glue. Give it just a moment, let it do its drying. That inset I have burning is just a little strong. So this is my other outside wall. The long wall. And I'm putting this outside wall on the inside of these two, like so. And I'll do the same with this one. You know what? I've changed my mind. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put it on the outside. So let me do that now. Yeah, the outside. That way it'll look like it's got 4 corners. Because I'm going to come in here with some trimming. I'm going to do some hemp rope right here. So when I put these 4 walls together, I'll be back with you. I actually have a piece of, I think this is called burlap. And it almost looks like a fishing net. So I'm going to cut off a small piece of this and put it up on the corner of the house to make it look like a net. we're going to take and make a roof using cardboard, which I'm going to paint. So the frame of the house is together. I'm thinking a door. To go in here. Just instead of using these, I think what I'm going to do is just draw a door on here. We need to draw some windows. I think this is going to turn out beautiful in the end. So I'm going to prep the cardboard for the roof, and then I'll be back to you guys. Okay, for the roof, I just got a simple piece of cardboard, and Dollar General now carries matte finish chalk paint, and I got this one in the white. Everybody is always talking about Waverly's. I don't have a way to get to Michael's or Hobby Lobby. When I saw this, I got a little excited because this is chalk paint, and I heard that it works well on different kind of things like glass and such. So I got super excited. So I'm sure this is probably going to take a coat or two, but nonetheless, I'm gonna get it on here. And the only reason that I'm even painting this is because you're going to see a bit of this, because I have decided that I'm going to use these pieces, and I'm going to make these like sky windows that you see on the fancy beach houses. That's the light in. So I'm going to use those as part of the roof. So once this all dries, I will come back to you and we will assemble the casa, or the house. Once I got the roof angles cut, I come in here and I cut out a piece of cardboard. Also, that's going to fill in the side of the roof. And I'm painting the whole top as well as the outside strip, just in case anything is exposed. This way it'll be covered. I'm only doing one side, but I'm doing all four of the outside corners, because this piece will be going like this. So, okay. Alright, and then I'm gonna also do the next one. Okay, so now what I have done, got the roof, and then the outside pieces on here. So just lay that down. I do want to turn that off just a little bit. No, I think it's okay. I'm going to just put a bit of glue right along the edge. Now you could even go as far as getting some plastic and putting it on the inside, if you choose to do something like this. You could literally take and get some plastic and put on the inside here if you wanted to. Alright, now the only thing left to do, I should have pre-done this, but that's okay. I just heard thunder. I'll come right through here and I'm going to cut this so that it'll lay flat, so that we'll have our roof for our little house. So okie dokie, okie dokie. Okie dokie. So I took the original piece that I painted, and I put it on the top. And I put the white pieces here to make the roof. Now I'm simply just going to glue it down. And then once we have it glued down, I'm going to trim it in jute twine, aka hemp rope. And we'll go from there. Okay, so got the roof on, and then I also I made the windows and the doors. I just free drew them on there using just a piece of cardboard, square cardboard. And the reason that I painted them is so that because the butterfly was behind the circle, and we want it to look like a door. So then once this dries, I'm going to take and put the lines on it to make it look like window pane. And then I'm also going to take and put hemp rope around these to give it that nautical look, along with the border of everything. And once I start on that, I'll show y'all what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to take the hemp rope, and I'm going to make a border around the whole house. I'm just placing down a thin line of the glue. And then I'll go right back beside that. And once again, only because this jute is extremely thin, so for these particular sides I'm going to have to use 3 rows. And this way it's going to make it look like it's got the corner walls there. Of course, you can, your idea over something like this is your idea. You can, of course, do any kind of border that you want. Now, go ahead and do this side here. This one looks like it's only going to take 2 rows. These tools will come in handy in multiple ways. Not only for play, but for other stuff as well. such as this pinprick. Almost looks like an arm in there. Pretty cool. Alright, cut that off right there. Come over here and do this side. And then once I get closer to the end here, I'll come back with y'all and show y'all what's going on, how it's looking. Coming up here on the last bit. Okay, so that has given us our side walls up at the top here, even here. I cut the door so that it would be open just a little bit on both sides. You could even go as far, I think I said this before, but putting a piece of plastic in here. Now I want to take, alright, so this is the front door. So I want to take a piece of this. Drape it like that. This is going to be the net. We're also going to make a surfboard. Okay, so right now I am cut out the surfboard. I'm gonna paint this white and let it dry. Then I'll put a stripe down it. I think that's gonna be super cool. I need to go get my fan so it'll dry faster. Okay. So eats. So while that is drying, I'll get out these little critters here. critters. That's the yellow bird on the post, almost backwards. It reads garden on the little sign. The little steel bench. There's a little fishy. This says welcome, a little post. And the little bluebird on the sunflower. The fish coming out of the water. I'd say dolphin, porpoise. And then the little turtle on the grass. And then I also have a tree that I'm going to put up here. It kind of looks like a palm tree, so it'll fit in nicely. Now we just got to figure out where do we want to place our little critters. I think the welcome sign needs to go right in front of the door. We can put the garden over here and then the flower in the garden. And then once the surfboard dries, we can take and hang the surfboard up right here in the center. And then we'll come and we'll fill all this in with sand and it will be done. So, all I'm going to do now is just glue these critters down. I'm also going to make one of those buoys, life buoys, to hang. I'm going to put it right up here, a little round buoy. I found these. These are chips out of the 4-in-1 game that this box came in. And I thought these would make a neat footpath coming from the front door. So once I lay the sand down, I could do something like that for stepping stones. Like so. I had it go all the way back there to the bench. Okay. So with one of these, I'm gonna paint it white, make it into a buoy, and put it right up here on the roof. Okay, and when I get this painted and everything dries and the surfboard is dried and finished painting, then I will show y'all what that part looks like. And then eventually I'll get some sand in here and I'll show you the final results. Okay, critters, this is dry. So now what we're going to do is take our markers. Let's see, let's do pink, green, and let's do blue. Now these are fine tip markers and fat markers. So for this critter, I'm going to simply just make a line down. Like so, just some lines like that. And then we're going to fill this blue in with the pink. let's do, as a matter of fact, let's do the outside green, and then I'm going to put some flowers in here. Just some very simple, basic little flowers. So basically I'm just drawing 4 little circles. Then I'm going to come in here with the fine tip of the marker and just draw the little leaves. Fill those in like so, just to give it a little bit of detail. And then let's see what other color we have. This light green. Take this light green on each side of the blue line. And fill this in. Make it stand out real cool like. Nothing fancy, just giving it a little bit of detail. Like so. So then we have our surfboard. So then we can simply take this. And prop it up at an angle like so onto the house. And I've already put the sand down in here. And you can get this from the Dollar Tree. They do sell sand. Now for this critter, I'm going to take a good sized piece of jute. And we're going to make this look like a life, just the life circles, the life, oh shoot, what are they called, y'all? Put it down in the comment, y'all help me out. Let me think a minute. So I want to make I need to let that dry in the center just a little bit more. So while that's drying, I'm going to take this and put our rope up here. So put that little piece there, and then we're going to leave a little opening. So that they have a piece to hold on to like that. And do the same thing here. Just a little bit of glue here. Like so. And then one more time. Snip this piece off. And put down just a little more glue right here. Make that come up like that. Like so. Now here, to get the strings off, you can literally take a lighter and it'll burn those strings right off, those little loose strings. Now we're going to take the red and just simply make a plus sign. So we made our little plus. So now we have our life ring for the top of the house here. But I'm not going to put it on the top. I'm going to put it over here on the side. So what do y'all think? Oops. Hold it there, Jelly. It's got to have a second to dry. So there you go, guys. We'll put our little walk path in. And that's it, y'all. So there we go. I hope y'all enjoyed this little craft. This was kind of a long video, but it was fun making it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I got another cool little craft coming up next using a child's hula hoop. Stay tuned. Thank y'all for watching. And if you would be so kind as to hit the like button, somebody who's into crafts, it might would send this their way if they're looking craft videos. So give us a like. Thank you. God bless. Bye.